My testimony, my story of faith is entitled Ice Cream. Back when I was 12 and I was going to church, one Sunday evening, all the girls in my Bible class were challenged by the youth minister. He said, "Okay, girls, if you pay attention to my teaching tonight, then we'll have a surprise." Now that youth minister, his name was Rick Myers. And so he said, "Now if you pay attention, it's going to be good things happen, a surprise." So all the girls in that class, were really attentive, paying attention to every word. And then when the class was over, Rick Myers said, "Okay, fine, you did a wonderful job. So we have a surprise. Everybody, all of you girls, come on and get in my car." It was one of those old 70s cars, and it was kind of cool, and we all crowded in there in that big boat. It wasn't a boat, it was actually not a ship either. It was actually a car, but we called it the boat because it was big. And that was back at the time that seat belts were not required yet. So in the front there were 3 or 4 girls, and in the back there were probably 4 or 5 girls. There's 9 or 10 girls in the car scrunched together with Rick Myers. So you gotta know, this was a small town. There wasn't a lot of different things to do, but he got us all crunched in and we're driving. We're all excited. What are we gonna do? Oh, what could happen? And then finally we drove up to the ice cream store, and Rick Myers said, "Who'd like some ice cream?" And all the girls were shy and didn't want to say anything, and we said nothing. And then finally one girl was really smart. Her name is Penny Howell, and she raised up her hand and she said, "Well, I want some ice cream." So Rick Myers went to the window of the drive-thru and he said, "I'd like 2 ice creams, please." He took one, began to lick it, took the other one, and gave it to Penny Howell. And she was licking. All the rest of us girls were looking and drooling. Was he trying to be mean? No. Rick Myers was trying to teach us a lesson. If you want something and someone asks you, answer. If you want something, ask for it. Many years later, I recognized, the Bible says, ask, seek, knock, and the door will be open. And that's discussing what? Prayer. If we want to see God answer, if we want to see things change, if we want His leading and His blessing, then we must pray. So I challenge you. You might miss some ice cream, and that could be a bummer. But if you don't pray and you miss His wisdom, His love, His leadership, you've really missed something. So I challenge you, pray. Remember, ice cream, ask Him. He'll help take care of you. Maybe not give you ice cream, but He will give you so much better than ice cream. He will give you His wisdom, His leadership. I want to cry out and ask God, because I know He will answer. I'm knocking. I'm asking. I'm seeking. I'm knocking.